Welcome into the Tennessippi State's Only Challenge, where today, not only do we play our final game of this challenge, a win, and we complete the challenge, a loss, and we fail, we also are playing the final of all state-only challenges. And how fitting it is that it is a Super Bowl appearance in Tampa Bay as we take on the New Orleans Saints. They were the NFC first seed. In the divisional round, they squeaked by the Rams 28-26. In the championship game, 28-25, again, just getting by a lower seed opponent. Meanwhile, for our team, it was a little bit of the opposite. In the wild card, we destroyed our division rival 35-18. In the divisional round, while it was a one-score game, that game was entirely in our hands, 28-21. Our difficulty came in the AFC Conference Championship, where we had a massive comeback, walking away with a victory with a late-game walk-off touchdown in overtime, knocking out the first seed for the AFC in the Bengals 41-35. And today, we face a team very similar to ourselves. They're number 1 in points per game. We're number 4. They're 3rd in passing yards. We are 1st. Even when it comes to the bad part of both of these teams, they're pretty much the same thing. A little bit around average, slightly below. We are the better run defense team, though they don't look to do that all too often. Lamar Jackson is the quarterback of the Saints, and he threw for 4,600 yards this year, 42 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, and that's going to be crucial for us. Turnovers have gotten us through these playoff games. Rushing the ball, Jonathan Brooks is their main guy with 251 carries, though averaging slightly under 4 yards per carry. 15 touchdowns for him throughout the regular season. Receiving, they have Jordan Addison, a 99 overall in this series, as he came up just shy of 1,500 yards, 22 touchdowns, though he is highly efficient scoring on his grabs. Defensively, Devin Lloyd, another guy in the upper 90s, 111 tackles. Tackles for a loss leader goes to Percy Cofield, a 4th-year outside backer. But they don't rack up that many sacks. 4.5 for Chase Young leads that group. 3.5 is next with Bobby Brown. And as for interceptions, it's their linebackers that lead him in that group. Devin Lloyd with 5, 3 for Quincy Williams. Then you get more into the secondary. And kicking, they have Will Reichert. Despite being really good so far as his rookie year's gone underway in real life, not so much here, only hitting 68%, though he does have a long of 56. But to try to end this series on a bang, it'll be the offense starting out on the field. Now, during the kickoff, we did have an injury to JT Woods, one of the linebackers for us, so we'll have to see if that makes an impact, but the offense can help us out with a solid drive as we start A.J. Brown. He gets the first catch here of the Super Bowl. Now, he is coming off of an injury in the AFC Conference Championship. Obviously had the week in between for the Pro Bowl to recover. 2nd and 7, Prescott dropping back, loading up deep downfield and tipped away. Tight 1v1, DK and Terrell Jr. That should be a fun battle to watch, but we are 4 receivers deep. Need everyone else to step up as we get the first down. DK may not be the 60 bomb, but we get the first down, and that is first and foremost. Up to the 41 now. We hand it off for Wright, and he's going to angle for a gain of 3. As we saw with the stats for these teams, neither one truly focused on the running game. Maybe the Saints a little bit more than ourselves. As Wright motions out, going to act more as a receiver here today. Dak Prescott, 4-man rush, throws to the bottom and tipped away. Devin Lloyd. The defense goes as he goes, providing him with another chance to get off the field. 3rd and 7, DK in motion. Prescott, under pressure, throws a wobbly pass, no one close to it. It will be a stop from the Saints defense. And we'll have to see if our defense can put together just as quick, or if not quicker, of a stop. as it will be a handoff. Brooks, he's denied, loss of 1. Waller, you could argue, was the MVP of the AFC Conference Championship. He's in there to help get the stop. 2nd and 11, an empty set here for Jackson. 4-man rush, he finds his guy coming across the middle. Pittman there brings him down 3 yards shy of the line to gain. So a 3rd down here, a stacked front as they also motion out their running back. With a bunch up top, Jackson scrambles. He's got more than a lane. He's got yardage into plus territory before finally Williams catches up to him. That is the running game we definitely can't allow today. We've got speed on the outside they've got to contain. As the first team to get into plus territory are the Saints. They go with a fake jet sweep down the middle. Brooks, he's going to pick up 9. If the Saints are smart, they'll use the potential for the outside play to help open up things down the middle. Looks like it there with a 2nd and 1. They got a tight look here, though. Jackson taking his time. He's going to motion out Brooks. We bring the blitz. He throws underneath it, and Brooks got the first down. They've ran the ball his way twice. He's got 2 catches. And outside of the Jackson scramble, he's their main guy so far this drive, though yardage clearly going the way of Jackson. Empty set here at the 25. Brooks heads back to the backfield on the orbit screen. They go his way. Golson quickly meets him, a loss of 4. You gotta imagine at this point, dude needs a breather. He's a little bit slow to get up, but he does head back on out. Going the opposite way, though, and just about back to the line of scrimmage. Jarvarius Ward with the stop, and another 3rd down here. Last time, it was a big rumble. Got to make sure we lock things up here. 4-man rush. Jackson throws downfield, and it gets picked off. Waller! That is his 3rd in 2 games. We keep points off the board. Offense can head out at the 21. TJ Waller with a breakout playoff performance, and he's a pretty young safety. We talked about needing those turnovers. We get one early. Now let's get a good offensive drive here. It's an empty set for Dak. And a quick throw is going to find Dawson Knox. He's a yard shy of the 1st down. This first quarter is moving rather quickly as we hit the 1.5 minute mark to the 2nd quarter. We got 3 options down below. Make it 2 up top with a motion out of right. Quick throw, Hyatt. He's got the 1st. With all these options we have at receiver, we've got to utilize them all. Spread out this defense and just find the simple plays. Split backfield, we go right. He gets by the first DT, but maybe he's going to pick up 1 or 2. Just as the offenses are pretty similarly built, I'd say the defense as well. A lot of speed with 2 big guys down the middle. 2nd and 8. As they go back to right, not quite getting the double to backer. If we can find that, we might find some 1st down rushes. And as it stands right now, the first quarter has come to an end. A tight game here, 0-0. As we got a 3rd and 4, DK, he's got another 1st down. Only our 2nd offensive possession. Saints have only had 1. They drove, we picked it off. Trying to steadily march as we approach the midfield line here. 3 yards away, Prescott throws across the middle into tight coverage. DK holds on through the hit of Williams. Oh, Dak's got to protect his receivers a little bit more than that. 2nd and 2 as we're in the plus territory. We go right. He goes up top. He outruns Lloyd. Gets a little block downfield from Knox, but a good fight through it is their safety. Dropping him at the 31. We go pistol right back to him and fighting off Chase Young. He picks up 5. Running game not doing too poorly to start today. Single back set here with 2 down to the bottom. Play action, Dak Prescott. He's got time. He's going to step up, though, and slide down 2 yards shy. He did look a little antsy in the pocket. But a 3rd and 2. We do not have Foot. That is a practice injury. So the tight end comes in Yaboa, and he helps clear the way. Right rumbles. 1st down gained as we're inside the red zone. Trips up top, knocks to the bottom of the line. Though we are going to send DK down to the bottom, leaving 2 up top. Prescott flips the hips, throws. He's got DK. Trying to put a hit stick in. He's going to pick up 6. And that takes us down to the 12. With 2 options up top, AJ to the bottom. We're going to send Hyatt his way. Prescott four-man rush, throws a nearly picked off, a diving, broken up pass for the other safety in Carter. Though that nearly could have been a touchdown if that missed. We got A.J. Brown trailing on third down to pick up the first down, keep this one going, goal to go. Just needs 7 more yards for 7 points. As we've got a couple options down to the bottom, one up top. We're going to add Hyatt going that way with the jet sweep. A lead block in right. Corner comes down to make the stop. Do like the change of play call, though. We don't run too many jet sweeps. No gain, or gain of about half a yard at most. With Brown down to the bottom, Prescott, he's going to look to scramble, flipping it out late. He tried to find Knox. But Williams wasn't letting him slip through. It will force a 3rd and goal. Bunch down to the bottom for Prescott. As he throws A.J. Brown across the middle, he's maybe going to pick up a few yards at most. So we'll have to rely on Elliott then to break this goose egg. Kicking this one at the 11. It's a 21-yarder. And he's got it. Tennessippi takes the lead 3-0, and we take up almost the entire second quarter. Under 2.5 minutes left, Saints finally out on the field. Last drive, their only drive, they threw the interception inside the red zone. Brooks somehow breaks through 3 different tacklers. He picks up 4. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. And it seems like both offenses going a little bit more run-heavy than we'd expect. 2nd and 6. 2 receivers up top, though they're going to send Brooks that way. Jackson, only 4-man rush, goes down to the bottom and has his tight end, but he's out of bounds with 3rd and inches. Just wasn't quite able to stay in bounds long enough. As Jackson will look to throw under pressure, they set up the screen, and Brooks, he's got the first down at the 42. With about a minute and a half left, they go with some play action. Jackson tipped away. Good coverage, 38. That's our safety in Doom. Still not at the 130 yet, 131. Both teams have their 3 timeouts as more motion here. Brooks going out on a route. Jackson looks his way. It's off the mark, but a flag comes out. It looks like they're going to get DPI here, but that didn't look catchable. Unfortunately, though, this is the NFL, and who knows anymore with these penalties. They do call it. It's 1st and 10 at the 48. They got motion again. Short motion. Jackson goes up top, has a target. Out with a gain of 7. And that is Franklin. He's number 2 in their yards. With a minute 24, Jackson now motioning the running back through the backfield, orbit screen yet again. They're going across the middle and picking up the first down. Now we have not seen Addison make a play yet. He's 3 up at the top. We've seen plays from pretty much everyone else as they have a drop pass from Brooks. Jackson put it on him, and he had pass rush coming at him, so it was a good play from the QB. Just running back couldn't squeeze it. 56 seconds left at the 34. More motion. Both these offenses using a lot of that motion. Up top, and speeding by Willie Gay inside the 10 before finally getting dropped by Dune. And it's now a goal to go from the 7 for the Saints. Same spot the Titans were at the opposite side of the field. As 2 spread either side, let's make it trips down to the bottom. Jackson, we send the blitz, and he's got time to find the end zone. Saints pull ahead here with about a minute left to go in the first half. We can thank Wan'Dale Robinson for that. 38 seconds, 3 timeouts though, and we're starting at the 30-yard line. Just got to get into field goal range at the minimum, and over the top for Knox. That's just a little off the mark, a little too much height on it for Prescott. Trips go to the left-hand side here, though DK sent in motion, leaving 2 to the left-hand side. 34 seconds and counting as he bails backwards and fires the ball short of Hyatt. We've seen that arm strength be a little questionable at times for Prescott. 29 seconds. Ball hasn't moved yet. 3rd down. They go for Dawson Knox, who's going to pick up that first down, and they'll mark him down at the 43. Timeout called there. Still 2 in that back pocket. Prescott staying under center here. And dropping back. They go back to the outside. Yeboah comes in, and he doesn't get out of bounds. I'll have to call that 2nd timeout. With 16 seconds, you got to find at least field goal range here, or go the rest of the 49 yards to the end zone. Prescott has trips to the left-hand side, and he's got Brown going deep downfield. A little bit of some bump coverage. It's tipped away. So now you're really starting to wonder if field goal is the best opportunity. Prescott comes out with a spread empty look. He's making some changes out there. One timeout left here for his guys, as he's got a little spot, but it gets picked off. Ball gets there too late. Dawson Knox was open and shucking off a few blockers. That is how we end the first half. Saints stay on top. The door looked open for a second there to take that lead. It closed just as quickly. And it is 7-3, with both defenses picking up a turnover and both offenses only really having one good drive. As we get the second half underway, it's going to be up to the defense to pick us up a stop, or pick up a turnover would be great as well. Jackson play action, under pressure, he gets by Dune, bouncing to the outside. Pittman, he spins off and finally dropped by Chris Jones. The gain of 8. That's where we've just got to have a little bit better contain. Sam Williams was the guy at the top, Dockery at the bottom. As it's more play action, Jackson throws and tipped up 2-3 times, finally hits the turf. Both teams had a chance at that, including Jordan Addison, who is still being held without a catch here. 3rd and 2. Jackson quick throw and wide open. We've locked down Addison, but we haven't quite done so for anyone else. Wan'Dale Robinson gets the first down there. He has the only touchdown on the game as well. As they're approaching the midfield line, motioning out Brooks. Willie Gay's going to follow him. Looks like man coverage here for the defense. As we send the delayed blitz and get a hit in on Jackson. That's the closest we've been. And if we could try to throw him off, we'll take more of those. 2nd and 10. With 2 spread either side, Jackson throws up top wide open. And getting close to the first down. Took 3 defenders to bring him down. That's their tight end in Page. A really good young tight end here. 3rd and 1. With a tight shotgun set, though, 1 receiver spread all the way down to the bottom. Jackson taking his time here, reading the defense. So looks like there might be an open spot across the middle. Jackson attacks it, and they got the first down, going back to Page. Seems like the play calling focused too much on taking out Addison and just leaving other guys without anyone covering them. They go back to the play across the middle. They get another grab, gain of 5. Perhaps the Saints offense changing from a medium shot offense, now changing things to the short, quick plays. It's worked against this defense in many games, and they've got another first down, marching to the 20. Jackson just steady dealing here, as it's now an I form. 1 receiver either side. They go with a toss to Brooks down, but cuts to the middle and maybe gets back to the line. Deo with the tackle. Leaves 2nd and 9 with a bunch up top, 1 to the bottom. Jackson taking all his time here, motioning out Brooks to the bottom. We'll look for another pass. Quick stop, and he's got Page at about the 11. Saints trying to take a 2-score lead here, a 3rd and 1. Bunch down to the bottom, 1 up top, though. Again, going to add Brooks with that motion, though. He goes back to the bottom, and they've got the first down, Wan'Dale Robinson. He's been pretty good for him, though. Pretty much everyone has multitude of catches, again, outside of Addison. Back at the 7 like they scored their last touchdown, and they've got a second one for Wan'Dale Robinson. He beat the cover 2, a great release and throw from Jackson. But we need the offense to answer then. Down 14-3, we did miss a A.J. Brown 14-yard grab as we get a gain of 1 to follow. Offense has been able to move the ball till around the 40, and then we've fizzled out. We at least have that field goal from earlier, but we need more. Now an empty set here for Prescott. He's got the seam and a big shot on Jonathan Mingo. He holds on. He came in to fill in for A.J. Brown in the AFC Conference Championship and played a great game. A lot of big grabs. If we need him, we've got him. Like I said, 4 receivers deep as DK goes up top. Prescott looking to throw. He goes DK's way, and he's chopped out with a gain of 4. Looked like Devin Lloyd was going straight for the kneecaps. We take a 2nd and 6 with a bunch to the bottom. Once again going spread empty now with right up top. Prescott, 4-man rush. Throws to the bottom and knocked away from Knox. Great play from 48. Again around the 40, trying to not fizzle out here. We'll need at least 6 yards. And again with a motion up top. Could be the same play we just ran. Offense, for some reason, likes to do that. As Prescott up top, wide open, at least for the second. A.J. Brown, he gets the grab, and we head this one on into the fourth quarter. The final quarter of all states only. And we've got to put together at least 2 touchdown drives. Good news for us, the first one, we don't have to go as far. Starting at the 28, Dawson Knox, he's got that zig motion. And we hand this one off to right, but no blocking on the edge. Harrison drops right, it's a loss of 4. That's going to back us up behind the 30 then at the 32. Prescott throws, tipped away. That was Harrison yet again. 2 big plays and a 3rd and 14. As Prescott, he throws up top into double coverage and then tipped away still from Hyatt. Though you've got to settle for the field goal attempt here. Elliott to make this a 1-score game. It's going to be a 49-yarder. And he puts it in between the uprights. But now we're going to need a 2-point try at some point here. Down by 8 with about 7 minutes left in this one. Jackson. He throws up top, and he's got the first down again to... No, he doesn't have the first down to Page. They say he didn't get that first foot in bounds, or the outside foot landed on the white. So 2nd and 10. Defense gets bailed out there as they get motion. Play action, Jackson. He goes up top, and Page gets lit up. He holds on to it. The defense, they've got to get off the field here with a 3rd and 4. Haven't seen much pass rush today, despite having all the success throughout the season. An empty set here. See what the defense decides to run. And they get the pick. It's Pittman. And Addison slows him down, cleaned up by Page. But that is the biggest interception so far. Down in the Super Bowl, Morgan Pittman lurking across the middle. And it's now a short field for the offense. 6.5 minutes, need the touchdown, and we go for the 2-point try early here. Give us some time to recover if for some reason we don't get it. Prescott, he throws, it's tipped off a helmet and hits the turf. These passes just a little bit off the mark, and what might be Prescott's final game of his career as well. We need a little bit more here. DK in motion. Play action, throwing. We find A.J. Brown. He's close to the first down. Refs are going to move those chains. Just got to finish one more game as we're inside 6 minutes left. Hand this one off to right. And not going to break away from Devin Lloyd. He picks up 4. Both teams putting together a good game. A defensive-focused game with a little bit of offense sprinkled in. We get motion to the backfield is DK Metcalf. Play action. Prescott throws. A.J. Brown spins off and picks up another first. Tennissippi inside the red zone. 2 spread either side here for Prescott, and early movement. We didn't even have a hard count. Plays like that, it's either just a mental gap or you got players on the defense maybe saying some things they're not supposed to, the crowd as well. Either way, no penalty comes in for the defense. It's on us. We lose 5. Hand this one off to right, though he's got space. Can't break that final tackle, but he does make it a 2nd and 2. O-line makes up for it on that one, clearing the path. Though this is a long 2nd and 2, close to a 2nd and 3. They go back to right. Lloyd meets him in the gap. It's 3rd and inches. And this time it actually is inches. Definitely not a should have been first down. We come out with 2 spread up top, 1 below. Prescott, he will look to throw to the flat. Dawson Knox got it. Inside 3.5 minutes, we make it goal to go at the 6. Changing up the look, though, we didn't like it. We're going to send 2 up top, 3 down the bottom. It's empty set for Dak. They rush 4. We throw. It's tipped away. Bullock in tight coverage there on A.J. Brown. Trips now up top. Knox at the bottom. Prescott, he's making changes at the line here. With good blocking, Prescott bails late. Makes it easier to get the sack, and they will have it. Solomon. Just a bonehead decision from Prescott. He had no rush down the middle. And we're going to jump out here then for 3rd and goal. Hard count, no one jumps then. 2 spread either side, right in motion. He's going out on the orbit screen, and they look for Hyatt. Tipped away a little bit more height, and maybe you've got it. Instead, field goal attempt, 3rd on the day for Elliott. Means we don't need a 2-point try later. And he goes 3 of 3. We are still down by 5. Defense got a big turnover last time. We're going to need another. As they hand this one off Brooks, it's Nathaniel Watson with a quick stop. And that does take us to the 2-minute warning. We know that they're probably going to run here, but on 3rd down, that could be a toss-up. Brooks, he bounces to the outside, and he's got the 1st down. Luckily, we force him out of bounds. We don't have to call the timeout there. But that is big. As that keeps them going, more time can come off the clock here. We got to get the stops from here on out. Pittman in the backfield. That's a loss of 2 first timeout call. And of course, also have to have in the back of our mind, Jackson can run a little bit. Maybe a naked bootleg could be an option for him. Though they go back to Brooks, and he is bottled up. Corners come ready to play on that one. It's another loss of 2. 1 timeout remaining. A 3rd and 14. Jackson hands this one off. Brooks gets by the first line and picks up a decent amount. Final timeout is called. We will get the ball back, but we don't have a way to stop the clock without getting out of bounds or clocking it. And we will have to travel 80 yards to get a touchdown, something we have not managed today. 2 spread to the right-hand side, Metcalf to the left. We've got to have some big plays here. As they do go for DK, play 1, he gets the grab, opposite side of the field, out at the 37. Or actually not out of bounds. They say the knees landed inbounds, about 20 seconds run off the clock. We got a minute left here. They look to bring the blitz. Rolling, throwing towards the sideline for DK as well, out of bounds. Looked like Prescott saved all of that arm strength for that deep shot to DK. 56 seconds, gotta have a touchdown. As everyone covered, they look to go down the middle. They find Wright, and he's gonna pick up a gain of 7, make things a little bit more manageable here on 3rd. First down might be a little bit more first and foremost. As they go to the sideline, it's a high pass, 4th and game. Some of Prescott's passes have just been off the mark today. Spread empty, hard count, no one jumps. Gotta have it here. It's an empty set. They go Hyatt. He's got the 1st down. He gets down quickly. They've got to go hurry up. They don't have much time. This might be the final play of the game, of the series. It's out for Wright. He's got the touchdown! Taking the lead, Tennessippi, with 2 seconds left. It's a 2-point game. With no timeouts, they had to have it on that play. Jalen Wright. And Dak Prescott put that where only he could get it. Devin Lloyd bit on the inside, giving us just enough time. So it'll all come down to this. 2 seconds left. Gotta be a touchdown here for the Saints. Jackson throws. Wan'Dale Robinson wide open. The Saints win the Super Bowl on the final play. What an end to the state's only challenge. Waller bit underneath, leaving Wan'Dale Robinson wide open. He played so good in this postseason. But the Saints pull off a miracle right after we pulled off the miracle. Dak Prescott only managed 1 touchdown today. If we're able to get touchdowns on any of the 3 field goal drives, this game is different. But this is how it ends, watching the Saints celebrate out on that field as Tennessippi comes to an end. And I wish I could say I knew exactly why that happened. But I doubt, very seriously doubt, that this was the cause. And I did make adjustments earlier on in that game to have the flats play at the 0 and then those middle play a little bit short. But that was probably prevent defense. At least it should have been prevent defense. Who knows with the Madden play calling. But the safety, he should have never bit down with Waller. He should have been over the top. I don't know. Maybe that was Madden just giving us a nice little farewell here to the states only. But indeed, that is the final one, at least for a good little while here. We went through all the states, and that means that we do need to add one more to the board. So as we conclude the states only, the board is set. And I'm going to join you in looking over at it. The Carolinas, they finish on top, going first year win, 11-6. With the Pacific Northwest right behind them, 10-7. And you got to thank Marcus Mariota and Gardner Minshew for picking up that one. Georgia is the only team to win it in season 2. As for year 3, you got Northeast at the top going 14-3, Ohio 13-4, and then Florida 10-7. In year 4, Texas takes it 13-4, Louisiana going 12-4-1, the only team to have at least in the completions a tied game. Midwest going 11-6, California the very first going 10-7. We only had one team go until season 5 and win. We had several other guys who could have joined that group, including this Tennessippi, but they all are added to the failed. As Virginia's, Central Plains, Southwest, Michigan, Central, Alabama, Kentiana, and Tennessippi all managed to not win the Super Bowl within 5 years. Whether that was my play or theirs, that's up for debate. But those would be the first to be redone at some future point. And if you want to see that, let me know down below. But this is where we finish the States Only Challenge. With a new series starting next week on Tuesday, make sure you go vote during this week, and right now even go over to the community tab. It's a close race between two teams, but you've got time to pull some of those other teams ahead. We will see you next time as we start a brand new story.